Alright, so I wanted to make a video on some of the things that we use camping and some of the things that we take, and maybe just offer some advice on how to do things. And we've been camping since 2010, and I've learned how not to do it, and thought I might could offer some advice. So to start with, I've got everything laid out that I took out of the front bay compartment. I've got a neck stabilizer, and it's in a canopy bag, just an old canopy that no longer is any good, but it's the tripod style that goes under the fifth wheel, the Kingpin. We don't use it a lot. A lot of times when the sight, as long as this camper is, it's not long enough and level enough to, it'll be low in the back and high in the front usually. And so then the neck stabilizer won't reach. And we've gotten used to the camper wiggling. It does that. And so we don't use it a lot, but we do carry it sometimes. And it also kind of gets in the way because we like to park our bikes under the front, under the neck right there. It's kind of like a little storage area, useless space anyway. And we've got a 10 by 10 canopy. We've got 4 of these. I think they're 9 by 12 rugs. And these are the plastic woven style. They work really good. They let water pass through. Sand usually passes through pretty good. All of this stuff that we've got, we didn't buy all at one time. It's stuff that we've accumulated, and every year we'll buy a little bit more stuff. So don't think you've got to buy all this stuff to start camping. You don't need most of this stuff. You don't need. We don't need. When we're camping on concrete, we rarely put the rugs out. But when we're camping in sand, it makes it nice to have that, to keep from tracking so much sand everywhere, and the kids get to play on it and they don't get completely covered. Got the zero gravity chairs. They're really comfortable. I like having a good place to sit that I can sit and watch the kids play. Got this little drop cord deal here. It winds up in itself. It's a real handy thing. Helps keep everything organized, so you ain't got a cord laying anywhere. Those are just the bags that goes for the rugs. You need a level. You don't have to have one if you've got the levelers on the side of your camper and all, but I never did put any on mine. I just carry a level with me. It's about as easy and probably more accurate. These are some, I think I bought these on clearance at the end of the year, but they're the Sunwall for the Ozark Trail canopies. And I actually use them on our awning. I'll hang them from the awning and then run some bungee cords down to the ground to some anchors, and it gives us a little sunbreak, sunshade to keep from getting so hot under the awning, because a lot of times the sun shines right under it anyway. I got some little tent stakes for tying down the rugs because they will blow away. A couple propane tanks for the grill. But I also have this quick disconnect hose, which our camper is equipped with, where you just plug that in. That works pretty good. Got this rod and reel box that I made because I used to haul them in the back of the camper and they would always fall over, get broke. This slides out. take the two-piece rods apart, just stick them in there. You never know when you got to go fishing. These are, I guess you'd call them like a briefcase style cornhole box, cornhole set. My wife bought these probably from Amazon. They're pretty handy. Now this is kind of flimsy here, and it kind of gives the bag a spring effect. And when the bag hits the board, it kind of bounces a little bit, but it sure beats hauling around a big heavy wooden set. And they store in the front bay pretty easy. Our sewer accessories. I've had the, I think it might be called Sidewinder sewer hose support. It's like a slinky, it kind of pulls out. I've never had any luck with them. The hose always falls off. I bought this sewer hose support first. It's 3 pieces, telescopes. It's a little bit flimsy too, but the concept is pretty nice. So then I upgraded to this one, which telescopes also, and as you can see, it wraps around a lot better. It wraps around the hose a lot better, and it's a lot stiffer. That right there is the best thing that I've ever used for supporting your sewer hose. These are the, I think they're Camco from Walmart. They're decent hoses. I've had 2 sets of them, and usually the only thing that goes wrong with them is the gaskets. So you're going to have that on all your hoses. No matter what brand you get, the gaskets are going to go bad. Keep gaskets with you, because you don't want to be the guy that's got the leaking sewer hose. And this so far is my favorite. It's the Rhino brand. It will pretty much stay whichever way you want to bend it, and it's very rigid. The only problem, the downfall that I have with it, is it's only 15 feet. And with the length of our camper, it rarely ever is long enough. So I usually can get by with using that one and one of these 10-foot sections. Another downfall to it, I guess, is I don't think, you might can, but I bought mine at Walmart, and I think the only kit that Walmart sells in the Rhino is the one with a bayonet fitting on one end and the elbow on the other end. Oh, and another confusing thing is this donut seal usually does not screw into any of the places we stay. It'll drop down in the hole, but it won't screw in. It's a different size for some reason. So you see how this is made. It's got these notches here. This one's made exactly the same on the top. I usually use this one. Take it apart. Just unscrew it like that. It pops right off. As you can see, they're the same. And I use this fitting because it'll screw in to all of them. And I put it on here. That's got a cap on it right now, but I usually use that combination. Gives it a tighter fit, and you ain't got to worry about it coming loose. So anyway, I've got the O-rings. Keep you some O-rings. And one of these bayonet style wastegate. That is a must in my opinion, because I've got one on there right now, I always use that because you never know when you're going to forget and leave your valve open. And I don't care how level you've got your camper, you're not going to get your tanks empty completely. And when you drive down the road and you forget and leave that wastegate open, or if that wastegate leaks, and you take the cap off the end right there, when you're camping, you're going to get soaked. Because this whole pipe I've had full, and it's not pleasant. And then you're struggling trying to get that cap back on it. So I put that wastegate on it, and I always make sure that that is closed when I leave the campground. And that prevents getting soaked. So that's the sewer setup. Always carry me a heavy duty drop cord, 25 foot, for charging the golf cart. And I got the triple tap so that I can do something else with it too. Coax. Coax is one of them things, it's worth spending the money to get the better, heavier gauge and the better quality connectors on the end. Water hoses, fresh water hoses. I have two 25s, and that usually always gets me to the hose bib where I can access the water. I don't always have to use them both, but most of the time I do. And then I have a water hose that I'll run around to the other side. I used to use the pocket hoses, but they don't last very long, and they always get a hole and they bust, and so I kind of quit using them. They're handy, they pack up really nice, but they just don't last too good. And I take a water hose nozzle, and I've got all my fittings in here. I screw this on at the hose bib at the campground. That's got my pressure regulator and a Y. I run my fresh water off of one, and then I connect my water hose to the other, and I run it to the entry door side of the camper so that we can rinse our feet off when we come back from the beach or whatever we need to do. We have water on the other side, and we don't have to go to the back of the camper and cause a commotion on that side, interrupt the vacation of our neighbors. Just got miscellaneous fittings down in here. Organization is key when you're camping. These, I really like these, and I recommend putting these on every hose connection you have. As you can tell, I've got a bunch of them. And see, I just screw this on, then I can connect my water hose, and both water hoses have male and female connectors on them, because you're going to get sand. As you can see, it's got sand all over it. You're going to get sand all over everything, and when you drag these threads through the sand and then you're trying to screw it onto your camper, it's not going to be pretty. You're going to have leaks everywhere. You're not going to get it tight, and they're aggravating to get loose after they've set for a little while. So I put those on everything. Even this has got it. This water hose has it. All these miscellaneous things, like my my flush, black tank flush. I've got one right there. I made this adapter, whatever you want to call it, just to cut off an old water hose. But I put one of those quick couplers on it, and when I fill up my freshwater tank, I just stick that down in there, and I don't have to worry about it falling back out, because the water hose end won't fit down in that hole, so you end up standing here having to hold it. But with this, I don't have to. I made this wrench, I bent it to fit my coax cable. And you see this lip let's see, this lip around the cable. It makes it really hard to fit your fingers in here and tighten that that end on your coax. So I made this wrench, and I put my coax on there and start it, and I just turn this around and tighten it right up. Works pretty slick. We rarely ever use our outside shower. Just hadn't had a big need for it. Like I said, you have to go around back and interrupt your neighbors, so we carry the water hose on the front side, and all we really need to do is rinse feet off. So let's see, I got a pile of wooden blocks. This one is a wheel chock, a plastic wheel chock. Miscellaneous blocks. I usually stick one of these wooden blocks on the other side. I put a wooden block between the tires on each side, and that's all the wheel chocks that I use. I've had several different kinds, but the tires are so close on this camper that none of them really work so great. So I just stick these wooden blocks in there, and it ain't going nowhere. Carry just some miscellaneous blocks. Most of the time I end up using them to block up underneath here to level, not to level, but to get a downgrade on my sewer hose. We've got the Lynx leveler blocks. They're really nice. I like them. Normally, you don't need this many, but it's one of them things we thought we needed that many, or I thought we needed that many. But you're not supposed to stack them over 5 high. I do. I'll stack them 4 like that, especially if we're camping in the dirt. I'll stack 4 like that. Some campgrounds require that you have at least a wooden block or some sort of rubber underneath your jack so that it don't rust their concrete. So we like these pretty good because they're very handy. That's how I stack mine. I put 4 down, and then I stack the rest of them on top. It's pretty handy. This gives you a good footprint. Your camper don't settle quite as fast, because we have camped in a field in the grass, and these things will actually be level by the time we get ready to leave with the ground. They'll sink up into the ground far enough. But I usually stack it like that even on the concrete. And another thing, when you're leveling side to side and you need to put some under your wheels, you can stack them like that, and so on, as high as you need to, and you just pull right up on it real gradual. You get your tire right here on this middle one, and see, now you're three blocks high. So that's why we've got 5 bags. I bought 1 for each jack point. Ours has only got 4. Some's got 6 now, auto leveling system, but I bought 1 for each jack point, and also bought 1 to level side to side. 1 bag is usually more than enough to get it level side to side, and it gets it close enough. Let's see, beach chairs. Gotta have you a good set of beach chairs. And then the kids has got to have some chairs. I don't know why they won't sit down. But that's pretty much it on what we take camping. It's been a long video, but just trying to help you guys out, give you some advice. Just how I do it and what I've learned. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. If you have any comments or questions, leave it in the comment section. If if you've got a better idea, then I'd like to hear about it. We'll get a discussion going and share our thoughts and ideas. Thanks for watching.